Camp Fowler is a Christian camp that's been here for 57 years, primarily to take kids and adults and to spend a week in the wilderness, to spend a week together learning about God, but also learning a lot about ourselves and about our interrelationships with each other and our interrelationships with the land. Right now there are kids out on this lake who are canoeing, and canoeing is a communal sport, because if the person in the front doesn't talk to the person in the back, and if they're not working together, they're not going to make it across that beautiful lake. So that's an important value for us. The second value for us is the value of simplicity. Our kids live in a wired world, or a wireless world, I guess, where they're always on, they're always online, they're always clicking their cell phones, they're always checking their Facebook status. They live in a very complicated world, in a very noisy world. And here, those things aren't allowed. We make space, not to say that they're evil or bad, but they just don't belong in this space. All of the outdoor furniture, the Adirondack chairs around camp that are on our porches, were all made by campers. And these are junior and senior high kids, and many of whom have never built a thing in their lives. And they spend 6 hours together working to build a chair, and then one of them will take that chair home at the end of the week. So the challenge is, how do you take those values home? How do you take that value of simplicity home? How do you take that value of community home? How do you take that value of caring for the world home that you live here? And I mean, a lot of that we can't control. A lot of that does dissipate when they leave here, but we give them a glimpse of a different reality. And once you had a glimpse of a different way of living, you can't not see that anymore. That's something that gets embedded in you and begins to grow in your spirit. And I've had the advantage of watching a lot of these kids grow. And you know, for a lot of them, it doesn't do any good, doesn't make any difference. But for enough of them, it does, and it changes their life. And if it doesn't change their life, it becomes one more pebble on that side of the scale that does change their life. Because what we need are places like this, and we need an energetic science teacher in school who teaches them something, and you need a good coach or a piano teacher who shows you the joy of music or what sports are really about. And you need a parent or an aunt or an uncle who can live into those values, and somehow all those things weave together into the tapestry of a child growing up, and they can find out that life is more than having the best clothes or knowing what's on the latest movie or having the most friends on your account. That life is way richer than that. That's the sort of life that gives me true life and allows me to participate in that greater story that's going on around me, that I can, if I listen just right, sometimes I can hear in the leaves with the wind blowing off this lake, or you can catch in the scent in the forest, or that you can you just feel within you.